Hello, beautiful people. It's Sinderfam. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be checking this video from the Whatever podcast. So, we're going to be checking it together. Let's check it out.
Controlling men, like the ones on Secret Lives of More. So, I don't know that show.
Secret Lives of what?
It's Mormon Wives. It's a show that's
You're too far. Please, come on.
Mormon Wives. It's a show that's out right now that's kind of popular.
Right up on the mic.
I think I am.
Sorry.
But yeah, their husbands are just very, very controlling when it comes to that.
How does that mean?
For example, there was an episode where they went to Chippendales as like a fun little activity, and two of their husbands threatened like divorce.
So?
Because they went there.
Good.
Sure.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
I mean, you don't think that's a little controlling?
No,
and,
you
like,
don't go to a
trust their
fucking...
wife?
my wife don't go to a Chippendales. You get to get a divorce.
Say it's like a bachelorette and it's a group of her friends.
No.
It's not her idea.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Why do you feel that way?
Wait a second. Why would it be okay for my wife to go look at naked men?
Because she's not touching them and she's not, you know?
Yeah, so what? Yeah, so what? Why would
So you think that's grounds for like a divorce or just like a conversation?
Yeah, well, if I told her no, yeah. Well, here, let's reverse it, right? I think it would be fair grounds for her to put up the same boundary and say, no, you can't go to a strip club.
Yeah.
Of course not. It's ridiculous. You're married. You have, it's absolutely inappropriate for you to do that.
A lot of women have issues with their boyfriends or husbands either watching or going to the strip club. Most women would not be cool with it.
Whoa, wait. See how they flipped it quickly. Now calling the men controlling and stuff because you are married, and you as a woman that you know you're married, you're going to a club or going to a party with where there are bunches of naked men. Because you're not touching them does not even make it okay. So if your husband in turn decides he wants to go to a strip club where women are naked, but of course he's not going to be touching them, would you as a woman let your husband go there? Oh no, you're not going to allow him. You're not going to agree for him to go, because obviously you wouldn't believe, or you would think is just lying to you that he's not going to touch them or he's not going to do nothing. He's just going to watch. Make it make sense. How are you married as a woman and still going out to a party where there are bunches of naked men, and you think it is okay, and you say because your husband disagrees, he is controlling? Make it make sense.
That's not even the I mean, you're right, by the way. You're right about that. But the thing is I guess my issue here, my contention is, what is actually the problem there? Do you think that a woman has some unique right when she's married to go look at naked men?
The way that they felt was, well, you don't trust me. Like, I'm not going to do anything. I would never cheat. You've known me for this many years. We've been together this long. Like, have we not established trust? And that's why they were upset on the show.
I see. Well, my counter to that would just be this. Okay.
I got a counter too.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
No,
I meant I was going to go after you.
You started it. Are you?
Oh, no, I was going to go after you. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
So it comes down to the idea of just trust, right? And say, okay, well then I'm going to go buy a prostitute and I'm just going to sit up in the room with her and we're going to talk.
Well, one's public, I think, was the difference.
Why does that matter? Do you do realize that there's back rooms at a Chippendales and all those things, right?
Yeah, I think just one's more intent. Like, like we all know what's going to happen.
Wait, why do we all know what's going to happen? Don't you trust? Don't you trust me?
But that's what you're paying.
Don't you trust me? Why don't you trust me? Why don't you trust me?
To have sex with
I can't believe you don't trust me.
Right. But that's paying them to have sex with you.
I just can't believe
Okay, what do you think about this?
I just told you I wasn't going to. You don't trust me. Why would you go to a Chippendales?
Have no moral compass. Overwhelming majority of the US population of men have some level of morality. However, I feel most men would avoid a woman in the woods, avoid a false allegation charge.
Desert Joe, good to see you in the chat, man. Thank you for the TTS, very much appreciated.
But yeah, when we're going at it, I mean, you see how slippery that slope is, right? If I say, okay, well, I'm going to get a prostitute and I'm just going to talk with her, don't you trust me?
But then why not just go to a club?
I don't understand why that matters. Don't you trust me?
One is the intent to sleep with someone. The other one's a strip club. You're just sitting there looking.
Wait. All that matters here is the trust.
But that's not what they were saying. One's like a public setting, like Chippendales. It's just they're on the stage, you're looking at them. Getting cute, you know why you're.
How does the man know that that's what's going on?
At Chippendales?
Yeah.
Get a
I got that. I have an example.
I'm sorry. At clubs, you know that this is true because you worked in these clubs. Don't women often themselves in the back strip clubs?
A portion of them.
Yeah.
How many people prostitute from a Chippendales?
Oh, they do it. They do it there too.
But if you get
Really?
a prostitute
Yeah.
on the street
Of course they
or
do.
something,
Of
that
course
is
it
what
Of course
they're
they do
doing.
that too. But that aside, right? Let's assume that they didn't.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about trust here.
Right, but it's different venues. You know what
So
I mean? Like
what?
if you're paying a prostitute,
It's
like,
trust.
It's a
Trust is trust. I just want to talk to her about my feelings about how you don't trust me.
That's wild.
That is.
What's the
not
problem?
the
That's a
same
wild
thing.
statement. Yeah, that's completely different.
I don't.
Oh, now the argument is that is completely different. How is it different? Obviously, it's built on trust, right? So getting angry that the man or your husband did not allow or did not agree for you to go out or go to a party where there's naked men or bunches of naked men. Of course, you're not touching them, right? Your husband is controlling. Now, if the husband in turn, just like the analogy Andrew gave, if the other husband decides to pay a prostitute, rent an hotel, and just stay and let them talk, it is a completely different thing. But why? I mean, it's built on trust, right? So if you expect your husband to trust you to go to a party where there are bunches of naked men, you should also trust your husband to just talk or have a talk with a prostitute. I mean, where is all of this coming from? I thought they're built on trust, so you can also trust your husband for him not to have sex with the prostitute, just like how you expect your husband to trust you, because you're not gonna touch or you're not gonna nothing's gonna happen in the party with the bunches of naked men. You see how that goes, or how it goes both ways. But of course, the women want it their own way, but when it's the man, they start reading of so much meaning or so many meaning to it. Make it make sense.
Understand. If it's trust, right, then you say, trust me to go look at naked men and do nothing. Okay.
I see what
Trust
you're
me,
saying.
hang on, trust me to go sit in a room with a naked prostitute and do nothing.
I think one's a bit more logical because it makes more sense. Like
They're
you're at a
both, it's the
bachelorette
same
party.
logic.
You're at a bachelorette party with a bunch of your friends. You're a lot less likely. I would
Okay,
say-
great. I'll go in the room with a prostitute with two of my friends.
Right. But everyone knows why you pay a prostitute, though.
Everyone
People
knows
pay to
why
go-
you pay a stripper, though.
But everyone knows why you pay to go to Chippendales. It's
Yeah,
to,
what are you
watch
paying
the
to go to
show.
Chippendales for?
To watch the show.
You want to watch a bunch of in your face?
I mean, I guess her friend did. 'cause
I
it's her
guess
friend's
so. I
bachelorette,
mean, I
yeah.
guess so, right? It's like,
Can I
okay, you
add
can
something?
have it in your face, and I should trust you, but I can't go up into a room with two of my friends with a prostitute and talk to her about my day. What the fuck? I just can't believe I can't believe how little trust you have for me.
None, not at all.
Unbelievable.
I had an example here I wanted to provide, and then Oksana, I'll have you come in. But I mean, maybe you don't like the example Andrew provided. So what about this one? You're married to a man, and he has an ex-girlfriend, and you're out of town, and he hangs out with her one-on-one, alone. She comes over to the house, but he tells you, oh, nothing's going to happen. But you know for a fact that this woman actually has some sort of lingering romantic or sexual interest in your husband. Do you trust would you be okay with him one-on-one at night at your house, him hanging out with her?
I think it would be wrong on other end. I should do that.
Can you
and
be
he shouldn't
close?
do that.
Can you be closer?
You
to
shouldn't
him?
go to a strip club, and you shouldn't go to a
That
strip
goes
club.
back to one's in public and one's like a show on a stage. Another one is someone who has feelings and
So you'd be fine if he was hanging out with her in
But
public.
it's about trust.
I think it also comes into play what they're doing exactly. Like in this instance, it was for a bachelorette for her friend on a stage. They're watching the show, but the other one's like someone who has feelings
as long as
for
it's
them
as long as
at
it's
your
public,
house alone.
he can go out to dinner with his ex-girlfriend, right?
You know, there's all kinds.
Hang on,
of-
he can go out to dinner with his ex-girlfriend.
That's completely different.
Why?
again,
It's
because
public.
She went to this place to watch a show.
Yeah.
Another one's like an intimate.
And
dinner.
she went to this place to eat dinner.
Right, that's an intimate setting. This one is watching a show.
What do you mean?
on a
It's
stage.
public.
You buy tickets,
They can't eat dinner at Chippendales?
but one's more intimate.
Like what?
I guess I don't know, maybe you can. But one's more intimate. One's like an intimate setting.
What
where
is
there's-
intimate about
where
having lunch?
There's feelings. You just said there were feelings.
Okay, I'm gonna just take. I'm just gonna take out that you don't know if there's feelings or not. You have no clue. It's okay for your ex or I'm sorry, your current boyfriend or husband to go have dinner with their ex, right?
There were feelings though, and that's what matters. You know what I mean? They did care about each other at one point.
Oh,
So
got it. Okay.
But, I mean, who
got
knows?
it.
Maybe if there's-
and that's and you would expect, of course, that since you would be not okay with that, he wouldn't be okay with it back.
no, and that's okay.
Of course.
I shouldn't do that.
So if he wasn't okay with you going and having floppy in your face, right? What's the problem?
But it was like a show up on a stage. I think was
So
the
what?
issue, and it was for her friend's bachelorette.
So what? She does. So why do you think that it's appealing to a man to think that his wife's going to go look at naked men?
I just don't know that it's grounds for divorce. Maybe a discussion, maybe even therapy, but like a divorce.
No, that's not what
extreme.
the grounds
You
for
know?
divorce is. The grounds for divorce is not that she wanted, even though I think that's bad enough. It's that they pushed it. Why would you push to go look at other naked men?
Does she even hear herself? So now the husband or your husband should be happy and say, oh yeah, I approve of it. If let's say a bachelor's party or whatever, I approve of it, or a bridesmaid or whatever you call all those things, I approve of it. My wife can go to a party, the men are on stage, they're bunches, they're naked, and they have their D out, they're naked. So the husband should applaud you that, oh, you're doing a great job or you're doing an incredible job. Are you serious? Are you serious? So, I mean, if your husband too, in return, says, oh, he's going to strip club and where there are bunches of naked women, I mean, you two should find it really interesting or find it really appealing that he is going to watch bunches of naked women and nothing is going to happen. Like, I don't even understand. And the fact that lots of these women don't want to see this, they want it at their own time. If it's done to them, they will not take it, but they will rather do it to somebody and then call it controlling just because the person is trying to be logical here. Like, make it make sense. How is it appealing to go watch bunches of naked men and act like it is okay while you're married and say it is something that is supposed to be up for discussion or is something you and your husband can discuss? Are you serious? Then you weren't even ready to be married in the first place. You're out for the streets. Simple.
If you're married to a man, that's a fucking horrible thing to do. Like, that's such an over-the-top awful thing to do. Tell me a lot about you. Tell me a lot about what type of person I was dealing with.
So say it wasn't even her idea and it was her friend's bachelorette and she just went to support her.
She should have immediately been like, no, I'm not going to do that to my husband. That's unconscionable. What kind of horrible fucking bitch goes to their husband and says, hey baby, I'm just going to go to a bachelor party and look at naked dudes with my friends?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think he's going to say? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's not ground. I trust you completely. What kind of fucking simp would do that? Like, what kind of bitch made man would do that?
What about just going to like a regular bar or club with your girls? Like, it's her birthday or something, and you're going out to a club and you guys are going out for drinks and
Why are you
dancing.
going out to a club for?
Just celebrating your homegirl's birthday or something. And
Yeah, I think that going out to like a public restaurant or something like that, not a club where you're grinding your ass on men, right? And
Who says that's
twerking on the
men?
dance floor.
Like, there's a lot of girls that smack their own homegirls and ask them to dance.
What if they just keep to themselves, like in a section or something,
That
and they're not, they're not there to meet men. They just really want to celebrate their
Then why
friend.
don't they dance at home?
It's not the same setting because when you go out,
it's
like
not the same setting
What's
because
the
men can't
difference?
see you. Look.
Wait, what?
Hold on. Did they just say going to a club for the bachelorette party or whatever and women touching women and all of that? So, okay, wait. So if you're saying that, oh, men are not going to touch you, it doesn't have to be men that are touching you as a married woman, but is a woman touching women and all of that. What are you telling your husband? So, okay, it should be okay or convenient or should be good if your husband too goes to a party where there are bunches of men just touching themselves, just men touching men. What would you think? Would you accept it? Obviously. You see why these women, they don't even reason. I wish that lots of the time these women would think before they speak, because obviously if it's done to them, they will not accept it, but they want to dish it out and still blame you that it is your fault for not agreeing with them, but they don't want to see or they don't want to reason things with you. Make it make sense. How is that okay?
The difference is, I know like a lot of women can relate to this. It's like getting ready to go out with your girls. You guys are pre-gaming, listening to music. Everybody's picking out their outfits.
you can still do that.
Do
It's
all
fun.
that shit.
And you
Do
go out.
literally everything you just said. You could literally do at home. They go downstairs to the room that you have the dance music in, and all of you can twerk together.
Still do it.
It's a different type of feeling when you go.
Yeah,
out with the DJ
because there's
plays their
not
favorite
men.
song,
Because
or
there's
the
not
DJ
fucking
plays-
men. Because
We
there's
could do
not
both.
men.
There's all the above. You go
It's-
out like, okay, it's a different feeling. Okay, it was like we're all on the dance floor, we're dancing with each other. They play one of our favorite songs.
Why can't
Boom.
you do that at home?
Both. Why not both?
Yeah, well, okay, but my question to you is, minus the amount of is around, what is the actual distinction between you doing everything you just said at your house with your girlfriends
Nobody wants to be
versus
cooped
at a
up.
brick and mortar building where there's tell me.
It's
Hang
okay.
on.
Nobody
hang
wants
on,
to be
before
cooped
you
up
jump
in the room,
Let me finish.
in the house.
Let me
Like,
finish.
go outside.
Let me finish.
Okay.
You
You can do all this outside. Literally. You can literally walk outside and do every fucking thing you just stated right outside. Not kidding. I promise. You can get dressed. You can get ready. You can put on your mascara. You can put on your lipstick, and you can feel pretty. And you can get together with your girlfriends, and you can go right in your backyard and bounce club music and dance to it. I assure you that you can do all of those
That is
things.
fun as well. But
So it is fun as well. So you don't want to go out with your friends and maybe go to a bar, or go out and get drinks and dance and hear music with your friends out in public?
Men don't dance with men.
Well,
So-
not dance, but like,
First of all,
I'm just saying, like, going to bars. I know a lot of men that are married that go to
and
bars.
here's what
and-
men do at bars. They walk into bars filled with other men. You know who's not usually hanging out at bars? Shitloads of single women, unless it's at single bars or fucking clubs where they're trying to hook up with the dudes. You know what your random corner bar looks like? It looks like a bunch of guys who are like me. And it looks like they have a bunch of beers like this, and they're all married, and they're all talking about nonsense you don't fucking care about. They're talking about their lawnmowers and their grass heights, and they're talking about
John Deere.
they're talking about how annoyed they are at the property taxes, right? They are definitely not the type of people you are talking about here. Okay? So yes, I think it's totally fine for men to go out to the bar, because that's what the fucking bar for men looks like. Just
I
saying.
think just going outside. Honestly, I don't like
Versus,
being cooped up in the
can
house.
I go to the club, honey, so I can twerk my ass all over the dance floor around a bunch of other... Why can't you do it here? I don't get the same feeling.
does the kind of
It's like, well, it's like, what?
Oh my
what
God.
did you think?
They will understand.
I don't get the same feeling.
does the kind of bar matter though? Like, say she wants to go to a dive bar with her friends, because like honestly, I love a good dive bar. You know, like does that matter?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it matters, the club setting, versus like, okay, you have a neighborhood bar and your girlfriend Kelly down the street, you're gonna go have a drink at the bar with her, right? That's a whole different thing than I'm gonna get.
for that
Hang on,
too.
then I'm gonna get dressed up, skanked up, and because it gives me the good feeling. And yeah, don't lie, it's skanked up. They're gonna wear the night clothes, the lady of the night clothes, right? Busty chest, short skirts, and they're going out to the club dressed like that, right? To get the feeling, right? Of what? Why can't you do that at home? What is the feeling you're after? We know what the feeling is. And it's like, fine. If that's what the feeling is, the feeling of male attention, then yeah, of course your man's not going to be okay with that. Why would he ever be okay with that? Versus, oh, hey, honey, me and Chuck are going to go down to the bar where there's 3 other guys who you know are always down there because they're barflies, right? And then any given time she walks in, the only thing she has to do is drag your drunk ass out of the fucking bar. The only thing that's hitting on anything in that bar is your head on the fucking bar after you had too many drinks. It's like, that's the male bar experience.
I thought you meant period. Like they shouldn't go out at all. You know, like not even a dive bar.
No,
like
there's
nothing.
you have to. It has to comport with reason.
fair. I think
but
that's
it's
fair.
beyond. It's beyond obvious that women who are going and dancing in skimpy outfits at the club who say, "Don't you trust me?" are being very fucking disingenuous, because there is no male alternative which we can present. And because there's no good male alternative we can present other than Brian saying, "Okay, fine, I'm going to go out with an ex-girlfriend." No, that's not okay. That's
Well, 'cause
insane.
That's one-on-one.
Yeah,
And there were
yeah,
feelings
but
that
what is
existed.
what are these distinctions? They're just made up nonsense distinctions.
Well, one's just more
There's no
intimate.
intent on trying to get.
How? Right? Okay, honey.
I
There's
have
no
something on
intent.
this.
Honey, there's no intent. I'm just going out with my ex-girl. There's no intent.
But there were feelings at one point, and that's proven.
But there's
You know,
not
'cause you
feelings
did it.
now. Sounds like you don't trust me.
But the thing is, the feelings did exist, so it's more likely.
So what? It's likely from her. Who cares about her? Don't you trust me?
Well, what if she doesn't trust her? Then it's just putting
Yeah,
her-
right. That's the point, right?
Yeah.
What if he does? What if you don't trust her? Don't you trust me?
Then why is he going?
Okay,
If we know
right.
that
Then
she
why are
is.
you going? it's the
But
same.
not meeting with
It's the
external
same
one-on-one
logic.
setting. Yeah.
It's
not
literally
as
the
intimate.
same
But
logic.
it's not as intimate. It's not meeting with one person.
Oh, okay. It says who? I think a man thinks that if you're looking at naked men, that's pretty f***ing intimate. I'm not gonna lie. I
it's
think that
not
that's
one you have a
pretty
relationship with.
intimate.
Yeah.
Like, how's that not intimate, honey? I'm gonna go with my friends to look at
I I mean,
dudes
he'd seen his
dancing.
ex make
Oh,
it
that's
look
not
too.
intimate, honey. Have a good day. Have fun. It's like, of course he's going to be upset. Of course.
So I'll just add one word, not so long like you guys. For me, it's
Sorry
black
if
and
we
white.
interrupted your
Whatever.
I'm kidding.
ahead,
I'm
go
kidding.
You finished, right?
No.
You're good. You're good.
Okay. So it is black and white. Cheating is anything that stimulates you sexually other than your partner. So whatever it is, corn, whatever it is, the or whatever, the dancing or whatever, for men, looking at the girls who are doing all exotic dancing or whatever, it is also cheating. For women, whatever stimulates you sexually, it is also cheating on your partner. It is like a little seed that goes into your mind, then creates a certain fantasies, then creates a certain ideas, creates a certain thoughts, creates certain actions, then creates habits, and then it creates divorces.
So like
And-
micro cheating, like even if you're smart.
But that's how it starts, even with drugs. It starts the same way, little by little. You put that seed in there, and it's gonna start cultivating, start growing there. So whatever stimulates you sexually, other than your partner, is cheating. And we were talking about knuckles or whatever, a little. I mean, that goes even without
Emotionally.
saying. Now, what? Again, when I'm coaching my female clients, when we're talking about relationships or whatever, I am telling them that when they start changing their circle, when they start developing their relationships, they are with someone, their circle should be changing. There's no more like single girlfriends. The new surroundings should be successful couples. Wherever you want your relationship to lead, wherever you want your relationship to become, surround yourself with those type of examples, those role models.
It's pretty obvious lots of the modern women lack morals, because obviously if you as a married woman, the sensible thing to do is no, respect yourself and respect your husband, not to go to a bachelorette party or a bar or a club where that is filled with bunches of naked men. First of all, you don't respect yourself, you don't respect your marriage, you don't respect your family, nor do you respect your husband, because if you do, that will not be the first thought, or to say, oh, I want to discuss this with my husband and say, oh, or see if he's going to approve or if he's going to allow me or accept me to go to this place. And if it doesn't, well, he's controlling and all of that. It means you belong to the street. The street is calling you long. The street has been calling you. Obviously, you missed the street. So, I mean, that is not even something anybody should be discussing or talking about. Obviously, the society is pushing against morals and justify behaviors like this. But let me know what you think. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I really love to share that and share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.